is our Tuesday get-together session. I am Jim Hash, and you are whoever you are. Anyway, as you can tell, this week we're going to have another video session, but tomorrow is the grand opening of the gym. Remember, tomorrow, oh yes, oh, cake and hypnosis. Ooh. Anyway, tomorrow is the grand opening, so I expect you all to come and get a piece of cake. And, you know, bring children so they really start screaming, hey, Daddy, buy me this, buy me that. And then Julie will have you where she wants you. She won't even have to hypnotize you. Anyway, and also I'm supposed to mention that I have a new shirt. I've been doing the last couple of weeks with the same shirt, which really wasn't dirty every time I did it, but it was the same shirt.
Oh, we're going to have popcorn too.
We're going to have popcorn too, so... popcorn and beverages and cake and all the parking lots you can stand in if the place gets too crowded. Anyway, moving along. But none of our more devoted viewers have sent in any suggestions, not even, you know, notes tied to rocks through the windows. Nobody has sent anything.
Not that we want them to do that.
Not that we want you to throw it through the window. Well, we can pick, you know, we can tell you a number of windows which you can throw rocks through, but not ours, please. Because we pay for them, and we as a collective phrase. Anyway, no rocks through the windows. No rocks through the windows, but please send your suggestions. And since no one sent any suggestions, it's up to me to come up with something. And I know how much you enjoy me coming up with something. Well, I was talking to some friends while I was doing the slot drop at work at the casino, and we were talking about television, and they were saying to me, you know, Jim, you know a lot about television. You know, I was like, yeah, didn't you have a childhood? And I thought about it for a minute, you know, and I thought, no, I didn't. We never went anywhere because my father didn't want to go anywhere. And my mother drove like a banshee, so we didn't want to get in the car with her unless we absolutely had to. And no relatives came to see us because we were always sequestered in the woods or something, some rental house shack thing that my father thought was the best place to put us. So really, I spent an awful lot of my time by myself, and I don't want you to read anything into that. I spent a lot of time by myself. I think I read every page of every school book I had because there was no other reading material. I just read the school books. And also, you know, there was nothing else except radio and television. And the radio we had a lot of problems with because, you know, just bad reception, plus there was just too many country music stations. I wasn't into that as a kid. I'm still not really into that. I only listen to country music when I think someone's not going to marry me. And then, you know, that's the kind of music, if, you know, you're dying, you want to hear. You know, I'm dying. She left me. Oh, baby. You know. But then she comes back and you play the oldies, you know. Anyway. Television was the thing we watched, and I mean, we really watched a lot of television. And I'm fascinated by the fact that I can sometimes remember exactly where I was, not when Kennedy got shot, of course, but when I was watching some program. And the funny thing is, you know, I would watch these things, and I would say, my God, I haven't seen it in 30 years. And yet you'd know where you were when you watched it, you know. And one of the fascinating things was my fiancée, Julie, she got me on Facebook and, of course, you know, computer, and I got on YouTube. And I started looking things up on YouTube, and I was finding all of these things that I had watched on television when they came out live, including, believe it or not, the commercials. And I can remember where I was when I watched the commercials. You know, you're talking about a kid with a real active social life. And, you know, it just fascinates me when I talk to people because they just, you know, television to them is like food. It goes in, it goes out, it doesn't stay. But for me, it was like the only thing we had. If you didn't go to school, you sat around the house watching television when you were sleeping or going to the bathroom or something. And school, you know, I don't really remember that well. I kind of blacked out some of my memories because, as I've said numerous occasions, I don't like to work the caged at the coast matches, the MMA matches, because it reminds me of being beat up at the monkey bars in the 3rd grade. Unless the females are fighting, and that reminds me of my first marriage. Anyway, we watched a lot of television. We just endless amounts of television, and you know, I mean, I'm just fascinated about it now. I can really recall so many things. I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, it's really interesting that I watched a lot of television. And now I'm with Julie and I make comments and she stares at me like I'm from the moon. But anyway, that's beside the point. Me with my 3 channels and my little antenna and that thing you made out of coat hanger for the UHS and My Favorite Martian. Anyway, that thing you did for the UHS. Anyway, I'm going to probably end this esoteric babble by reminding you, you see the open sign behind me, that the gym will be open tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And if you want free eats, come enjoy our eats. We're going to have cake and popcorn and beverages of undetermined beverages of some type.
Can you give me scissors?
I'm in the middle of one of my things here. Anyway, just wanted to let you know all that, and I think my 7 minutes are up, and Julie's not going to let me go on for 15 or 20 minutes this week. But next week, if nobody sends in any suggestions, I'm going to tell you about my father and his unique method of cooking. And I think you'll enjoy that, especially when I talk about bullet ice cream. Ugh. That's a trip. Well, anyway, I got to go. So anyway, I'm signing off. So next week, come back and see why I was voted the, most popular person in Europe to lead. Bye.